guess there's no.
Oh,
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Lunch Break with ATI, the weekly podcast for Actors Theater of Indiana, the resident professional theater company at the Center for the Performing Arts in Carmel, Indiana, USA. Whoop whoop. And today, my pal and partner, Judy Fitzgerald, is joining me. Judy is the artistic director for Actors Theater of Indiana. And she's going to talk about the next show that's coming up, Ring of Fire.
right.
And she's going to talk about the season as well, correct?
Sure. Yeah, whatever. You ask me.
Excellent. And so,
No, it's not whatever. It's very important, but this is my host. I'm going to let her, lead me.
well, actually, before we get to what we're going to talk about, not to start off on a somber note, but today is 9/11.
That's right.
So through your day, just take a moment, and if you were around, born, which of course we were,
Lived in New York.
We remember that day very, very well. Just reflect and maybe have a little moment of silence or a moment with yourself or with loved ones for the ones that aren't with us anymore, and also all the firefighters and the policemen. And, oh my God, everybody that was down there on that day and afterwards cleaning up the mess. And so no matter what anybody's going through in this country right now, obviously a big, there was a debate last night, and the candidates are out there for our next presidency, no matter what side you're on. 9/11, boy, we all came together.
That's for sure.
So
Everything else just fell away. I mean, it was just, I'll never, ever, ever forget that day.
me neither.
Second plane going to the...
You did, yeah. I saw that, and I didn't get on the TV. Didn't turn it on. I didn't even know. You
well,
told me.
never forget. That is
Right.
the term.
So right. Never forget. So it's a beautiful day out, just like the day it happened. It is gorgeous, and that day was the same. It was just a beautiful cloudless day. But anyway, so whatever. Just reflect upon it, and
if you see a firefighter or a policeman,
yeah,
hug them.
Yeah. Right.
If they're willing.
Thank them for their service, and first responders and all that.
Yes.
Okay. So now we're going to talk about the next show, which is.
Ring of Fire.
And when does that open?
That opens this Friday.
Da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da. It's
So
Johnny
what's-
Cash.
yeah, what's that all
musical.
about?
It's incredible. It's over 30 songs. Johnny
Okay.
Cash. Over 12 instruments, because there are things that they play that are different than that. So we've got a violin, fiddle we'll call it, 3 guitars, mandolin, banjo, accordion, auto harp.
Piano.
Of course, piano.
Bass.
Bass. So it's pretty incredible.
How many
And
people are in the show? Aren't there?
6 people in the show.
Okay.
Altogether. Sarah Hunn, Matt McClure, Jordan Simmons, Nathan Perry, Kent Lewis, who is also the director, Brandon Allstott, who you remember from our MDQ, who played Johnny Cash. I think that's everybody in there.
They all play a myriad of instruments.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, what they all can play.
Yeah.
I mean, and the one female in the show, Sarah Hunt. Oh my gosh! I mean, she's incredible.
Yeah, she's pretty incredible. She's
plays
quite a musician.
Fiddle, auto harp, bass. I mean, and has a voice, an incredible voice.
Yeah, she really has a great
I
voice.
mean, I just am amazed. I'm amazed by all of them. It's incredible. And what it does is it goes through Johnny Cash's life. So it starts from when he's young and goes through all the things that happen with his family.
Well, they were
Right.
in the 30s. They were farmers.
Yeah, and they were out in the field, so it goes through
They
all.
raised cotton. That's what they did. Isn't that right?
And it goes through every bit of that, and the flood that happened, and the
farmers.
various, deaths and things that go on, and then it goes all the way into Johnny in second act into the later
His
which
fame.
which really are more the songs that I know a little more, like Walk the Line and the
Folsom Prison Blues.
Folsom Prison Blues.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great number.
Yeah. And there's Ring of Fire too.
Ring of Fire, of course.
Yeah.
And it's just, I just saw it the other night. I was watching one of the run-throughs, and I'm blown away. I mean, it's a 2-act, it has an intermission, but it just goes so quickly. And like I said, we opened Friday. come opening weekend because you're going to love it. And I cannot wait for everybody to see it. They're going to be, I'm serious, they're going to be so excited. And
Well,
I
probably
was.
even if you're
'Cause
not
you
a
just
Johnny
can't-
Cash fan, because there are people who are true blue Johnny Cash,
Even-
still Johnny Cash fans, but it's really interesting because you learn something about him.
Right. And even the songs that I didn't know,
Right.
you know, I enjoy because they tell a story.
Yeah.
And it just, you know, in his relationship with June Carter Cash, and then
Yeah.
his first
Well,
wife.
his first wife was
Right.
Vivian. And
Right.
that was kind of
Right. We don't hear much about that. We hear
don't hear
more
much
about
that.
you know, Grand Ole Opry and
Yeah,
June Carter
when he
Cash and that
met her.
whole relationship
Yeah,
and his struggles in life and which he
Yeah.
certainly had, but he's
Yeah,
you
it
know.
wasn't perfect, but
Oh, certainly,
but
and
who-
that's
but
that.
who is?
But you know, and that's what made him so interesting.
No.
You know, he was a man. I mean, he
Right.
really, you know.
But from what I was
and
actually,
Kent sounds just like him.
Kent Lewis, the
Yes,
director,
Kent
who
Lewis,
plays,
our
yeah.
director. He sounds.
Yeah, he really. Yeah,
I mean,
heard.
to have that, you know, that voice that is in the basement, you know, and he has it, and it's not, you know, it's just there. I mean, it's
Yeah.
easy for him,
Yeah, he does seem.
and
when I
he pretty. I
did
mean,
see-
he's the narrator of the whole thing, so he's telling the stories, and then you know everybody.
was he like the main Johnny Cash character?
Yes.
Kind of.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
everybody is kind of, you know, Johnny or Johnny's brother or Johnny's mom, but he really is the main
Yeah.
Johnny.
Yeah.
I mean, they're kind
Does
of
he
thinking
kinda bring
they're
you
kind of
through?
thinking of a younger Johnny and an older Johnny.
Yeah.
But he's carrying it through from
Yeah.
telling the story.
Okay.
You know, but it is a lot of music. Like I said, it's over 30 songs, and I find it thrilling.
Yeah,
I mean, when people can play all those instruments, I just am
I
like,
know it's pretty. Cool.
it's incredible. I mean, I won't even let this one thing out, but when Sarah does one thing, I just went, "Are you kidding me? Like, what can't you do? Like
Yeah,
all of them, what can't you do?" When they
Yeah.
pick up a mandolin and a banjo, and Nathan Perry, who's a musical director, you know, he plays the accordion. He plays all of those things, you know. So he joins in. He has lines. He's an actor in the show, and to me that's wonderful too because we've worked with Nathan so many times, and to me it's so fun when you know when the musical director or something they come out and they're a part of it. I think it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, it seems like it's definitely a real ensemble show.
Oh, you couldn't be more ensemble than this show.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, that's nice too. Who do you have? Let's just say who do the designers? Let's give us a throw to the designers. You know, who people never see.
So Bernie
Really,
Killian,
they see their work, but they
Right.
never see them.
Bernie Killian is our scenic designer.
Mm-hmm.
We have our lighting designer is Liz Kroll. Ben Dobler is our sound designer. Arden Teed is our TD.
Yeah, and Carpenter. He helped.
And
Bernie.
Carpenter,
Yeah,
incredible.
helped, right? Yeah.
Our costume
Oh,
designer,
right. Alexander.
Stearns.
Yes.
And our props designer, you know.
No. Yeah. Yeah, right.
I'm trying to think. I don't want to miss anybody. And of course, Darrin Murrell, my associate artistic director, is co-director of this show, along with Kent.
Yep.
So that since Kent's on this, you know, they're co-directing, and he right now, when we're in tech right now, which is when you're putting all the lights and everything put together. That's what tech is, and you're on the stage and you're getting everything set and making the looks perfect and the sound perfect. Darrin is out; he's the eyes in the house. Yeah. So to help Kent, you know, because you're on stage, you can't really stand and as the director back and watch.
Really, it's not
so
conducive to
it's a
it.
perfect match, and Darrin's been there the whole way, so he knows a lot.
And Jessica Greenhoe is the stage manager.
Yes,
correct?
Jessica Greenhouse, stage manager. Kayla Davidson is our ASM.
Okay.
Olivia Lawson is our soundboard
You
op.
got a good crew there. I mean,
Yeah.
it seems like everybody is. Do you think that they're enjoying? Do you think the actors would enjoy the rehearsal process?
Oh yes, I think so very much.
Did they?
It's
yeah, they're all getting along.
Oh yeah, very much. No,
Well, you hope so. You hope that.
and
you
I
know?
think it's such a busy show. You know, you're thinking about. We have how many stands? We have, I think, 10 guitar stands.
Oh, okay.
3 violin stands. I mean, we have all of these.
Yeah, because the instruments are all over the
because they're
stage.
putting them down and picking them up. I mean, that's as choreographed as anything else, you know? So getting from point A to B, knowing which instrument you're picking up when, setting him down, you know, with Nathan, how much time it takes to pick up the accordion, or, it's just...
Yeah.
And the bass player, Jordan Simmons, Jordan's, he's got this giant bass and it's got to get from point A to B, so, and I think it's been fun for Jordan too, because I don't think he's normally,
No, didn't you get him from the
CSO, from
plays with
Carmel
the
Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah, so I guess
And
he's
so-
probably not used to even walking or
walking around
and
with it.
talking.
And
at the
let me
same
tell you
time,
something.
right?
I mean, and this is honest. On the first time I went, I was like, oh, he had to learn this. And then this last time I went, he was having a blast. And I saw it, and I'm like, this is so
Well,
great.
'cause
I mean,
he's-
this is what theater's
Do you
about,
think
right?
he's not because he's not used to playing without music?
That's correct.
Yeah.
And we changed his strings because the symphony strings are different than a picking and a strumming, in a
When
beaten
he's a slap bass.
and slap bass.
Yeah.
That's right, slap
Yeah.
bass. So
Yeah.
so you have to have different strings, and so I think the moment that those came into play, it just changed everything because the sound and the pull and.
Yeah. And he's probably getting more confident as
Oh
time
my
goes by,
gosh,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
and you could
Yeah.
tell he's having fun, and
Well, that's
Nathan
good.
too, because Nathan's normally behind the piano
Yeah.
and not on the stage. I mean, on the stage, but not walking around
Right.
and saying lines and
Right.
singing. And so is
Right.
Jordan walking around saying like singing. I mean, I'm sure I
Right.
can't imagine the CSO has him doing that.
No,
very
I can't imagine that he does do
They
that.
might now.
Yeah, maybe after they see this. All right, so that opens Friday.
That's correct, and it runs to the 29th.
Okay. And so before we tell everybody how to get tickets and everything like that, and you
I'm gonna-
talk. Oh, well,
This is
that.
the rest of our
There's a little
season.
postcard. So yeah, talk about the rest of the season.
Okay,
Just
I'll quickly go.
Give a
And
little-
season tickets are still on sale. And even if you've bought a ticket to Ring on Fire, you can add
or
that.
of, not Ring on Fire.
Did I say? I
My
thought I said
ring's
ring-
on fire.
No, I said ring. I didn't say Ring on Fire. I said Ring of Fire. I don't know. We'll have to roll back the tape, but I think I said Ring of Fire.
Go to the video.
But maybe I slurred it together. But Ring of Fire. Even if you have tickets to that, you can add these other 3 shows on and make it a season ticket. So I hope you'll do that
For a subscription, right?
a season ticket for a subscription.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
it's
that's what
called, it's called a,
what do you
a season
calling it?
ticket. Oh, well, a subscription, but we call it season tickets.
Okay.
So season tickets.
And then single tickets are always
This
on
is what
sale.
happens. I'm getting corrected.
This is like being at home.
Right.
So-
so let's get to the rest of the season from Ring of Fire, which I didn't say Pants on Fire, which is the first one.
That's a completely different show. Pants on fire.
That our next show that is part of our season that you can add on or get single tickets because they're on sale right now too is She Loves Me, which is an incredible musical. And in fact, I'm going to have you talk about She Loves Me because it's one of your favorite musicals in the
it
world.
is.
She
Okay, it
and
is.
Cindy is a big reason why we're doing She Loves Me because every year when we were planning, we wanted to do it.
Yeah, when I was, when the 3 of us, when you and Don and I used to play in the shows, we all had our lists that we brought to the table, and I always brought that one. She Loves Me.
Right.
Yeah, I've always really liked the show. It's an oldie, Harnick and Bach, composer and lyricist. They are the same team that did Fiddler on the Roof, and wait a minute, Fiddler's their biggest, and Fiorello.
They're over here now.
No, I stick. See me, I stick right here. Center camera, baby. So anyway, actually, their most well known and famous show is Fiddler on the Roof.
Exactly. I mean, you can't get bigger than Fiddler,
right.
really.
I mean, but
and if you think about it, was written from with Shop Around the Corner, right? The original.
it's
movie.
been so many.
But the one that most people will probably recognize is You've Got Mail, which is
And that's, oh my gosh, that's another version of it. This story has been in so many incarnations.
right. Which are the people that are in the same environment that work together or can't stand each other.
Right, so it's about, okay, so here's what it is. She Loves Me. It's a wonderful little story. It's about 2 people, and they work in a perfumery, okay? And this time period is about, I think it's in the 30s. I think it's the 30s, late 30s. They work in a perfumery, and they don't care for each other. George and Amalia, correct?
Yes.
Right, I know. And I love the show. And so they work together and don't like each other. But they start, unbeknownst to each other, they're writing like pen pals to each other, but they don't know it's the other person.
So they have a major love affair.
So they have a major
there.
love affair on paper, writing to each other, because in those days, you used to put it's weird, you used to put a letter in the paper, and then
Right.
somebody would answer it. and they're like, let's meet, let's meet. And that becomes a whole debacle, and that
So
becomes
long story
horrible.
short,
Long
they
story
find out.
short,
Think if You've Got Mail, then they end up
they
together.
end up. They do end up together, and but there's so many other wonderful characters in the show that work in the shop, and then you have the ensemble, which are
so fun.
So many different, wonderful characters.
Which actually, Cindy is going to be in the ensemble.
Yeah, I'm going to be in the ensemble. And which is
just because it's
fun.
fun. That's what she wanted to do.
It's so much fun being in the ensemble of that show.
Well, it's wonderful. Come see it.
But come see it. It's a lovely little love story. It's funny.
And it's a Broadway show. Like they brought it back. Jane Krakowski played one of the characters.
The last revival, Jane Krakowski was in it.
Actually, they filmed it,
and I think PBS filmed it. For great performances.
So take a look.
And so if you can find that, watch it. That's a wonderful production.
You'll definitely want to.
And that was the last production of it on Broadway. So so it's just a lovely little show.
And that runs November 1st through the 17th.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay. And then I'm going to get to the next one because I know we're going to run short.
Yeah, go.
The next show is called Whodunit.
Yes.
Now, I think the title alone lets you know, but it is a musical. And it's the typical. Yeah, I know it is. And all of our shows are musicals this year and this season, and it's basically the running around, dead bodies,
it's the old murder mystery
the
farce
butler,
is what
the detective, the maid. And it is wonderful.
It hits on all those,
Right, and I didn't say that She Loves Me is being directed by Richard Roberts.
Yeah, Richard J. Roberts.
Richard J. Roberts from
absolutely wonderful.
Who's incredible. At IRT, he's at IRT, and he's
directed
our Sweeney Todd, directed Violet, directed My Fair Lady. I mean, he's a genius, and this kind of show in that space, he's going to make it magical.
And Carol Worsell's choreographing.
Oh, of course, Carol Worsell.
Carol's the resident choreographer, and she's
for the rest of the season.
Fantastic.
Yes. So Whodunit, and it's
Whodunit.
a musical. It's by Ed Dixon.
And who's directing that one?
Julie Lynn Barber is directing that, and and she's the musical. She's the professor at Purdue.
Up in Fort Wayne.
Yep, in Fort Wayne, and she's the head of the drama department. Correct?
Yeah, she's very good.
She's brilliant and wonderful, and has
smart.
had experience with this show, and it's going to be a blast. And
Darrin, so if you like murder mysteries, right? Yes. If you like the old murder mysteries, like that kind of farce murder mystery type thing, you're gonna love it.
And we have, some great,
Who doesn't love a good murder?
Eric Olson, John Vessels. We have some really terrific, very fun people in that. And that's January 31st through February 16th. And then our final musical, bum, 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 bum,
it's a biggie.
So, think Dolly Parton. So our final musical is 9 to 5. And so it's going to be so fun, directed by the amazing Suzanne Fleener, who is a hoot. And one great thing about 9 to 5, if you've all think about the movie, it's that story, and the three women and the fight for equality and everything like that
in the 80s.
Yep, and it will be in the 80s, and all the music is written by Dolly Parton. Of course, 9 to 5 will be in there, and there's an intro at the beginning where Dolly Parton actually speaks, and I'm so excited about
the voiceover.
That. Yes, so fun, and it's going to be it's just going to be wonderful. And one of the things I love about it is we have an all-female team. So we have a female director, which is Suzanne Fleener, our female choreographer, which is Carol Worsell, and then our musical director, Ginger Stoltz. So we have a real strong female team, and Jessica Greenhow will be our stage manager. So we are working the girl power, woman power, and we have a stellar cast. It's going to be an absolute riot, and I just cannot wait. And that one is our April 25th to May 11th.
So that closes.
That will be our closer.
Okay.
And it'll be it should be an absolute blast. We got to figure out, if you've seen the movie, figuring out how to hang heart in the air and all the fun things in the studio. So that makes it fun.
You're gonna have your hands full with that
one. We've got ideas, cherry pickers. We got ideas. So that's going to be wonderful. So please. You can still, atistage.org, you can still get subscriptions. You can call the box office, 317-843-3800, and add these on to your Ring of Fire tickets. So if you haven't gotten Ring of Fire, I'm saying it right, Ring of Fire tickets yet, please do. Grab all 4 or just grab one of each because their single tickets are on sale too. So we really hope you'll come and see the shows. Really proud of this season. Darrin, Murrell, and I worked very, very hard.
Yeah, you guys picked a good season.
To plan this great season, and I feel like we're just on fire. No pun intended, but
Not your pants on fire.
No, my ring's on fire. but I really, honestly, I'm just so proud of this season.
You should be.
And I know Darrin is too, and he's been the best partner that I could have ever gotten as my associate artistic director. So love working with him, and just so happy for this season. So
there you have it. So go get your tickets, and there you go. That's the entire season. Anything?
I wonder if you can scan this.
I don't know if there's anything after the season. Not you don't know yet.
We can't announce it yet.
Yeah,
we do have a huge show coming June 2025, and I can't announce it yet.
You can't say it yet.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
But it's a biggie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's going to be at the Palladium.
It's going to be at the Palladium,
Okay.
and it's going to be June 20th and 21st in 2025.
Okay.
And so please keep an eye out for
next
that.
June. All right.
We're going to have a meeting about it today, in fact. So
Oh,
hopefully
that's exciting.
I can announce it soon. It's
Good.
It's big. and it's also we are going to collaborate with the CSO. So it's just like Sweeney did. We'll have some of the symphony on the stage with us as well, and Indie Arts Chorale. We're having I think at this point,
like the choir up in the
Yep,
loft,
we're
like
going
we
to
did
have
with Sweeney.
around 60
Oh my gosh, that's a lot.
choir members in the back.
Yeah,
So
that-
it's going to be really, really exciting.
Oh, that's always exciting.
Yeah.
That's always exciting.
And great for the city for us
Sure
all
it
to work
is.
together.
Of course.
And of course, the center is a part of it too.
Yeah.
The folks at the center and Jeff McDermott and all of those, just that partnership too. So really, really excited about it.
Excellent.
Excellent.
All right, everyone. Well, there you have it. You got the skinny. Straight from Judy Fitzgerald, Artistic Director of Actors Theater of Indiana. Next week, we're hoping to have some of the cast members on from Ring of Fire.
That's why go this weekend.
Well, they couldn't. They're in tech
Until-
right now.
yeah.
They're in tech right now, so they
so we had to
couldn't
settle
be
for
here.
me.
It's a close second, but but hopefully next week, somebody, one of the cast members, or a few of them will come by and sit here and we can talk to them. So enjoy your day. Honor
Yes.
the past of 9/11 and all your first responders. And I think it's also Patriotic Day is what they're calling it now.
Maybe.
Because 9/11 Patriotic Day. So Judy's right. If you see a fireman or a policeman or an
Thank 'em.
EMC, any
yeah.
first
First
responder,
responder.
thank them for their service. So thank you so much, Cynthia Collins, Judy Fitzgerald, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.